Good evening, boys and girls. This is Pretty Bird. I keep introducing myself. When do I get to stop doing that?
Anytime you're ready, you can stop introducing yourself.
Yeah, they just probably wonder what you look like.
Don't worry. It's okay.
Well, tonight is going to be a very long one, kids, so lucky you! You get to stay and play.
What's the story about tonight?
Well, remember last time we talked about Job and the people, and then...
Yeah?
And then we talked about Tower of Babel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Okay, about some of those people from the Tower of Babel. They moved because they couldn't talk to each other. They had different languages.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a little confusing for them.
Okay, well, they built a city not too far away up to the north. And these people were called, they were from the city of Ur. Or you can sound like a rooster when you say it. Ur, Ur, Ur. He's my cousin.
I know roosters are your cousins. I know.
And the name, it was named after a moon god that they worshipped. Bad idea. Don't worship fake gods.
What else?
One good man in the city worshipped a true God, just like Noah had done once upon a time. God did not want his man's family to grow and be wicked or anything like that. What are you doing? I'm getting my phone. Oh, okay. You forgot to silence it tonight, didn't you? I told her to and she forgot. Okay, anyway, back to my story. And this man, they grew, and people kind of started to go a little bit wicked. So he appeared to the man who, I forgot. I need to start over again.
No, you can't start over again. You can't.
Okay, like Noah was done, God did not want this man's family to grow up in such a wicked place. So he appeared to the man whose name was Abram, and he told Abram to leave and follow him to a land far away. They were playing follow the leader.
Who was the leader?
God.
Okay.
In this new land, Abram's family would grow in number and become a great nation. One day, the new land would be theirs for keeps. God even promised that all the families of the world would be blessed because of Abram's son and his family. What's his son's name?
He isn't born yet.
Oh. Then how does God know? Oh, never mind. He knows everything. Abraham did not understand all that God said to him. Already, he was getting old and he did not have that son. How could the world be blessed through his family when he had none? He could not understand that this great blessing is the world that God was speaking of, and everything was going to be Jesus Christ. Abram's dad was Jesus Christ? You told me it was Joseph and Mary.
Yeah, well, later on, Jesus will be part of Abram's family.
Oh, his great granddaddy?
Yes, like that.
Okay, many years later, Christ was born into the very family of Abram, and that had been his great grandfather. This way, Abram's family gave the world the blessing by giving them a savior. Oh, this is how it's gonna go, huh?
Yep. Keep going.
Although Abraham did not understand all that God told him, he obeyed through faith. This means that he obeyed God and believed what God said, even though he could not see the new land or his large family or the blessings to come. He just knew that God would keep his promise, like rainbows after the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Abraham had no children, but he actually did have a family that moved with him to the new land. He had his wife and his old father and Lot.
Who's Lot?
Well, see, Abram had this brother and he had died. And there was a little boy in that family. His name was Lot. So Uncle Abram took little nephew Lot. Oh. Lot had come to live with his uncle since Abram's father had died. That's a very nice thing to do. Besides these, there were many servants who attended to Abraham's flock. All of them packed their belongings and left smart. They didn't have bottled water.
No, they didn't.
When they found one, they would pitch their tent homes and let the animals enjoy the water for a while. At one place called Haran, they stayed for a long time. Perhaps even the old daddy of Abram, he was too old to travel and to go, and well, actually that's where he died. That was their pit stop, and he died there.
Okay.
Abram was very sad, but he gathered the rest of his family together, and they began to travel slowly once more towards that strange land of which God had spoken. Are they going to Disneyland?
No. No.
Got my hopes up.
Shh, keep reading.
After a long journey, Abram reached the land of Canaanites, Canaan. It was near a great sea that had sloping hills and grass, perfect for the cattle and the sheep. The Canaanites, well, they had built some cities in their land because it was theirs. But Abram continued to live on the outer fields, outside the city. And as he was setting up his tent near an oak tree, God appeared to him again.
What did he say?
He told him that this was the land that would be his. It belongs to somebody else.
Keep going. It's all right.
Believing and trusting in God, Abraham built an altar there and worshipped. Except for a little time, except for a little time that he spent in Egypt when some food had ran out, Abraham continued to live in Canaan. The number of his cattle and his sheep grew, and he gained much silver and gold. Is he rich?
He's on his way.
He became a very rich man. The book said so. By this time, Lot had grown up and owned many flocks and herds too. He's being just like his uncle. Between them, there were more tents and sheep and cattle than one spot of land could hold. Is this called crowd control?
Yes.
They need to practice some social distancing.
Yes, they did. That's what they needed.
Because they were so crowded, it was natural that both Abraham's and Lot's servants would try to get the best land and the most water for their master's cattle and sheep. These herdsmen began quarreling and arguing over the grazing land until news of it reached Abraham, and the buck stopped there.
Why?
Because he's the old guy. Yeah. When Abraham heard about the trouble, he understood right away what the problem and the men were having. There were too many animals to feed on the land in that one place. He went to Lot and he said, "There should be no quarreling between..." See, don't I do a good voice?
Yes, you do.
"There should be no quarreling between you and me, or between our herdsmen, because we are the same family. There is not enough room around here for all of us to live in one place. Let us separate. Whichever direction you choose to settle in, I will go the other way." No. See, old people should get to pick first.
That's not what he did. He let the younger one pick.
There's got to be a peacemaker trait in that.
Yes, there was. Keep going.
As Abraham spoke, Lot looked at the land outstretched before him. On one side he saw, yay, green valleys and the Jordan River. And he said, "That's the one I want." And he took it selfishly.
Really?
I must say, selfishly.
Okay.
Actually, all that land belonged to Abram, didn't it? Because God said it was his. But he got to pick first.
Keep going.
Well, it was an agreement. Lot gathered up his servants and flocks together and moved towards the Jordan River Valley, confident and proud that he would grow richer and more successful. But before Abram turned the other direction, where the land was not quite so good, kind of rocky, God spoke to him. A little whisper. This way he said. He said, "Look from the place where you are standing towards every direction. east, west. Wait a minute, I did that wrong. East, west, north, south. All this land is going to be yours one day, and it will belong to all your children as well. Again, Abraham had to believe God was faithful because he still had no children. No baby yet.
Nope, no baby yet.
But he did trust God, and when he came to a place called Hebron, he pitched his tents under an oak trees there and worshipped God with a sacrifice. And that's how the two parted their ways. Are we ever going to part ways?
No, pretty bird, we're not ever going to part ways. Not you and me. We're together.
Oh, that's good. And you always let me pick first. Why?
Because you're the younger one?
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Then I'll always be the picker.
Yes, you will. Listen, you got to say goodnight to the kids. That was a very long story.
Oh yeah, I gotta say goodnight. So I will say, see you on Saturday, and maybe I can see you on Sunday too. Yeah?
You will.
But I got Friday?
Yeah, Friday's left.
Okay. Snuggle